What's good, everybody? It's John. I'll come back at you on another video. So, with this video, I wanted to talk about the beauty in rejection and why you should never fear rejection. By rejection, I'm not just referring to looking for love, right? Finding a partner. This ties into every area of your life, right? This could even be your process of even just applying for jobs, right? Why you should never fear rejection. Now, in simple terms, right? Rejection, of course, is being told no, being not being selected for a given opportunity or not being selected as the choice by someone else. The reason why you shouldn't fear this is because rejection is actually very beneficial. Now, why do I say that? Well, the obvious explanation is that when you're rejected, you're being told no. And that is a good thing because that means that time, right, your most important resource that you have, right, that you'll never get back, is being respected, right? Just imagine you being in a quote unquote situationship with another person and they already know that they're not interested in you, but you're constantly pursuing them, right? I would like to think most people would prefer to just immediately be rejected on the spot rather than having that situationship or relationship be dragged out for weeks and months on end, right? Because then at that point, you could have been focused on moving on and focused on your own life or possibly dating other people as opposed to wasting your time on someone who was never interested to begin with. Same idea with a job application. Imagine applying for a job, right? And they call you in, they interview you, and just imagine after their first interview, they know that they don't want to select you, but you don't know that, right? You're still optimistic, and they decide to continue dragging on the process for whatever reason. I'm sure if you eventually found out that they never wanted you to begin with, you would much have rather preferred to have just been rejected immediately rather than have your time be wasted, rather than returning to the same location for multiple interviews or to prove that you're a qualified candidate even though they were never interested, right? This is what I mean. You should never fear rejection because if you do get rejected, it works out for you because your most important resource, which is your time, right? You never get time back. That is respected when you get rejected. It's not, your time is not wasted, your time is not getting dragged on. The other reason, and the other super important reason for why you should never fear rejection, is that at the end of the day, it's a simple principle, right? What's meant for you will be for you. What's meant to happen in your life will unfold for you. So if you do get rejected in some sort of by someone else, or as an applicant for a job, or in any other area of your life, right? If you ever experience rejection, you can actually smile. You can actually be excited because you now know that that was not meant for you and that something bigger and better is actually on the way. And when you get rejected, that means events are happening, right? So things are moving, things are falling into place for you, things are aligning itself, right? Variables are moving. When things are happening in your life, that means something is on its way. So if you get rejected, then that could very well be, well, because it happened in your life, it was meant to happen in your life. But that can very well be one of the stepping stones to actually put you on the right path to get to bring you to where you actually need to be. Because if you didn't get rejected from that opportunity, then you could be wasting your time at a job you shouldn't be at, right? Or wasting your time with a person that shouldn't be in your life. That's what I mean. So rejection is not actually a bad thing. Rejection has never been a bad thing, right? We as people just assign it as a bad thing because we don't like being turned down, because we think we know it all. We think we know what's best for us. And when we do get rejected, we feel as though things are going poorly because that person didn't want me. Well, maybe it just wasn't destiny for you to be there. Maybe had you gotten the opportunity, you would have been miserable. You would have thought it was a good opportunity, but you could have just been miserable the entire time. So I know there's a lot of what ifs with rejection, right? But you shouldn't fear it. If anything, you should be excited. You should have a smile on your face because you know that what's actually meant for you will be delivered to you, right? Some people think if, let's just say, you're a small business, and you're trying to, you know, raise money to either start the business, right? You're looking for investors. Some people think, oh, in order for me to get money for my business, to raise money for the business, I have to get money from this investor. It's not necessarily the case, right? It's not that you're looking for investment from that person, is you're looking for investment, so it can come from anyone else, right? But because you may only know of that one investor and you may have all your eggs in one basket thinking that that person has to be the one to give you the money for your business, and then they say no, right? You may think that it's over, right? That your opportunity is done. But there's plenty of other investors out there. There's plenty of other ways that you can raise money if you're an entrepreneur, right? To launch a business. There's an unlimited number of possibilities of how it can happen for you. This is what I mean. Rejection. I understand the human side to it. The human nature, we don't like to be turned down. If it's something we want to hear yes, but we don't always know what's best for us. Some of the best things that happened in my life were me being put in situations that I never thought I'd be put in, right? Like situations that had me feel uncomfortable because it put me out of my comfort zone, and that allowed me to grow and become the person that I am today. Right? I, of course, have been rejected numerous times in my life. Went to a great school and then applying for jobs, and I received endless numbers of rejection. Even though when I was a student on campus, I was always told by my deans and my advisors that, who wouldn't want to hire students that come from the school? And then when I go to real world and I got rejected dozens of times, to me, it sort of like my confidence took a hit because it felt like it wasn't as advertised. But it was just that I didn't have the appropriate mindset, right? Because I should have approached it as if I had gotten rejected from any of these opportunities, then one, it's their loss, and two, that opportunity wasn't meant for me. And the right opportunity somehow, some way will fall in my lap. And that's how you need to be operating and approaching life, right? What's meant for you is already lined up for you. It's already queued up for you. So you don't need to worry. You don't need to concern yourself. If you believe that everything was already taken care of, then how do you think you'd be living your life, right? You'd be at peace. You would literally be living your life unbothered because you know at the right place, at the right time, the things that you want are going to make its way to you. And you don't have to worry, you don't have to stress because everything's already taken care of. And that's a good feeling to have when everything's already taken care of. So if that's the case, you wouldn't fear rejection because you know if someone tells you no, then you know that wasn't meant for you, and that's okay. So I know there are folks out there who are afraid of being told no, who are afraid of being rejected, but this is why you shouldn't ever fear rejection, because time, your most valuable resource, gets respected, right? And you need to remember and understand that what's meant for you will always be for you. Don't ever forget that. So there's no reason for you to worry, concern, be stressed. None of those negative emotions, there's no reason for you to feel that. You should be smiling, you should be excited because them rejecting you did you a favor. So once again, guys, this show out, and I'm out. See you guys in the next video.